I think that trust is a theme. Trust is a very fragile thing. It's easy to break, it's easy to lose, and it's very difficult to get back. The Blue Ribbon Commission, as mentioned before, recommended a new agency, one unburdened by over half a century of failure. We need that new agency. We want to participate. We need a permanent waste facility. But we need an agency we can trust to begin that process. I know that Chairman Weissmiller was happy that this meeting is in California. But California is not going to be a waste site. There's no consent needed for waste storage in California. We know that they didn't want to site any nuclear waste facilities in seismically active coastal zones. We have 3 of 4 of our facilities in seismically active coastal zones. 1 is still operating, 2 are closed and would like a solution to the waste. We need a new agency. We need an agency that doesn't promote nuclear energy while trying to find a solution to nuclear energy. Even if they have the best of intentions, you cannot trust an agency who's telling us we need to solve the problem so we can create more. It's okay if you want to continue with nuclear energy. That's for another generation to deal with, not mine. I'm dealing with the ones that are here in California, hoping that they close soon, and we just deal with the back end. But you can't promote nuclear energy and also find a waste site that anybody's going to trust you with. Also, holding a meeting in California is very nice. We appreciate it. We would like to talk about transport when that's available. But we wonder why you talk about deep geologic boreholes in South Dakota, but you're not holding any consent-based meetings in South Dakota. We wonder why Texas is about to file an application on interim storage of radioactive waste, and you're not holding a meeting in Texas. We want to trust the agency that goes forward with this process, but we need you to make some overtures that say we can trust you. We can like you, but we can't trust you. And these are our children and our grandchildren and future generations we're talking about. So the department's, is it fair? It's not fair if you don't include the possible sites that it's going to. What experience for designing it? Well, we do have sort of a beginning process here in California. We have a Public Utilities Commission that is a bit unwieldy, overburdened, and without trust. And so last week, the first step in the Utilities and Commerce Committee was to break up the Public Utilities Commission into smaller agencies that we can actually deal with problems. Breaking up the DOE, or at least removing the waste issue from the DOE, is at least a partial solution to going forth. And you can look to California for that process. Who should be involved in this process? Technical, independent experts. People who know about geological siting. We need to be able to know that the site that's being consented to is a safe site. Why waste a lot of time getting consent from a community if it's not going to be a safe community? Or does it not need to be safe if it's going to be interim? And what's the definition of interim? Is it that 60 to 300 years that it is in California? Because interim isn't 300 years. I'm looking around, I don't think anybody in here is going to be alive in 60 years. We sure as hell aren't going to be alive in 300 years. So we need a process that you think is really going to happen. We need to talk to people who don't agree with us. We can't sit around with people who all think the same thing. We need a process where people that don't agree talk to people on the other side. I think that is very important. That's how you move forward. You don't sit at a table where everybody already agrees with you and talk about things you already agree on. You talk about some tough things, but you go forward with the tough issues by talking to people that don't agree with you and finding some commonality. We had a meeting about a year ago in San Diego on the wasted songs, and I think the one thing everybody agreed on is that nobody trusted the DOE. Well, it's nice to have agreement, but that's not really the point we want to agree on. What information do we need to go forward? We need to participate when it's transportation. We are, again, uncertain why this consent-based meeting is here in California, but we welcome you to come back when you want to talk about transportation and have somewhere to send it to. Thank you very much for your time.